What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And this is Big Games B.S., part of the Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com. Go to website for all of the different things for the Mentors for the Kids Foundation, where you can go do whatever it is you need to do. You can go submit a donation for the book bag drive, submit a donation for us to purchase tickets. Submit a donation for 7-on-7, submit a donation for a myriad of other different things that you would like to see done in the different communities, as well as reach out to the foundation. Coming up here in about a month is the first thing we got going in Orlando. We've got 6 weeks, I believe, until Tallahassee, and 7 weeks until Jax. So we're going to be really raising the bar up here, getting hot and heavy, trying to make sure we got things, we have things going the way they need to go. So yeah, so everybody who's checking this, what's going on, chat, make sure y'all greet each other in the chat. Helps the algorithm. I don't know what all we got. JD made the list. He just sent it a little while ago. Again, if anybody wants to have, talk about what they want to talk about, the super chat is always there available. You put something on the super chat, you get to dictate, or if you bing the MFTK36, we can shift that. We can answer questions on a Fuck It Friday. Whatever you guys want, we're here for that. Hold on one second. Oh, wow. Okay. It all makes sense. Now I know how I know that dude. I do know that people. There's a couple who just Jada, go check out put up my last tweet if you don't mind. But it's kind of cool. Did not know. Small world. So you see people doing good in the world. You want to go reach out, and then 6 degrees of separation for everything. So look at this beautiful family right here. This guy right here, they went and adopted 7 siblings from different foster homes. And it's a lot, man. They had no kids. Last name's Olds. They kind of look a little old, a little longer than 2. My guy is dark skinned with the gray, looking like he could be my auntie Les in them family, with as rich in color as he is with the grays. But I'm sitting here, and then one of my boy Andre Cooper doing some investigation, because I see the FSU fans, right? That's a good thing. I'm gonna bring them to a game. Got to get them to a game. If they got all that, they doing all that, that should be, that's an expensive ass trip to feed them. They feed them. Well, actually, no, it may even be able to figure that part out too. That's a whole fucking team right there. But, I see what they're doing. The FSU fans, all right, just get them the doke. Let's get them one game, something like that. My boy Coop said, hey, man, TJ friends with him. I'm like, how the fuck? So I text, hey, man, how the fuck you know this dude? And turns out they were in a unit together. So good stuff. So we doing that stuff. I ain't sending their ass to Alabama, I can tell you that much. But we can send them to another game. We get them to another game. Anybody who wants to, we'll get more going on with that. But I think this is the kind of stuff, this is what pops up on my algorithm. I don't know about you people. Like, everybody's fighting battles and shit. I'm seeing cool things being done, and it makes me want to do stuff for them. See, you get what you put out. If all you put out is bullshit, guess what you're going to receive? A bunch of bullshit. If you actually put out good stuff and you click on good things and you do stuff, you do right by folk, you'll be surprised at what you'll see and why you'll have much more of a sunny disposition. Yeah, man. All right, so this happened a while ago. All right, so this happened a while ago. I just found out about it now, though. So some of these kids might be good and grown then. Now he was old then. So that happened in 2017, and then I just posted. But still a good thing. I ain't know about it. So I know about still offer on the table. If they want to go down, shout out to my guy David Williams, though. We got the tailgate going. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that a little bit more. First person to purchase tickets to the Alabama tailgate with Dub and everybody. Oh man, these people from battle is really getting active. Trying to figure out what else we got other than that. Those are the different things that we like to do in the community. I just saw kids, but some of them kids might be good and grown at this point. But on that note, we're gonna start off before we take tithes and offerings with a good word of prayer, like we start every show off with.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
Yep. All right. Let's roll. What we got, Jaden?
Okay, so today on the Friday edition of Big Games BS, we got a little short episode for you guys. If you're new to the show, this is Big Games BS, where we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world to your screens. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we appreciate everybody on Twitter. But if you're on Twitter, please come to the YouTube. We really appreciate that. So let's get into the show. We have some possible FSU news to discuss with a recent quarterback decommitting and having a crystal ball to our school. So we're going to get into that. Then we're going to touch on the ACC before we transition into the NFL. Have a couple topics to discuss with that, some players, a retirement, and then we have an infographic with the league. Now we have our Big Games BS segment. After that, we're going to recap Game 6 of the NBA Finals that happened last night, talk about some figures in the sports world. Then we're going to dive into some music. But first things first, before we get into the sports, I'm going to let James touch on what he previously mentioned earlier with the Doak Campbell Lot 19 MFTK Foundation Doak Boys Alabama reunion tailgate right here.
Oh, Big Sarge is here. My bad. No, Sarge, you were busy. I couldn't invite you because you were doing shit. I needed to talk about Houston at that moment. And like it was something I don't even remember what we were talking about. Anyways, but I'll get to you later, Sarge. Give me some time. We need to get our show. We need to do our AFC South show. For those who don't know, if you can put that up there on the jump on the thing, Big Sarge. Make sure y'all go follow my guy. One of the best sports shows on there. He says, what's BS is that you invited me on your show and never sent the invitation. But we'll catch up soon. Yes, we will. But for those who don't know, Florida State plays Bama. And we ain't scared of that shit. We ain't worried about that. August 30th, 3:30 p.m. Gonna be hot. What you need to do is make sure you got some nourishment. Make sure you have some beverages. Make sure you have some libations. We will be at the top of lot 19, 12 o'clock. Here are some things that we're gonna have. We're gonna have my guy CJ with Dope Talk. My little bro is always a part of this. We're gonna try to bring in some other cats. Peter Warwick this is me and Pete's party. We're bringing the legends. We're gonna have 20 plus legends. RSVP, they're coming. We're gonna try to have many more. If you are an FSU fan, this is where you want to be at. But if you don't got, I'm telling them they are not to talk to anybody who does not have a band, because bands will make them dance. So if that means if you ain't paid for a goddamn ticket, they're not talking to you. Don't come around now. Get you a band. You cannot get a band from me. There's going to be, well, I think Adrienne is going to be slanging drinks. That's what she normally does. But you gotta go find a tall white lady. That's Lisa. Lisa gonna have the bands. We'll probably have a couple other people with the bands. You have to have the ticket. Don't be coming saying James said this, because they are going to be instructed to say that's bullshit. James told us to look at the damn ticket tailor, and that's where we're at. That's what Jaden has up there. CJ has it on his. We're gonna be inundating you guys with tailgate and book bag drive shit for the rest of the summer. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna be tired of that shit by the time the summer ends. Right now, it is $65 to get a ticket. That ticket is all you can eat, all you can drink. We will have cigars until the cigars are gone. The key to having appropriate levels of libations and food is getting people to buy early and often. So go ahead, buy your ticket so we can get you a count like my guy David did. We'll have a seat. We're going to have a low country boil. We're going to have barbecue. We're going to have all of that shit. It's going to be there. It is going to be delicious. We will maybe have a little bit of beer, but if you're white and you know you like beer, you can bring your own shit. Or you could drink liquor like a man, like an adult. And that works too. Don't ask us to make you no Long Islands. Don't ask us to be making you a whole bunch of other shit. All I know is this: we got Hennessy and we got lemonade. And we'll have Coke, Sprite, and maybe a couple fruit juices. We'll have vodka, we'll have tequila, we'll have I'm not buying no what's the shit? That prissy shit. Well, we'll have rum. We'll have rum. What's it? I'll have scotch for me. It's not for everybody else because you guys don't know how to appreciate fucking scotch. But we'll have Kanye. That's Reposado's nothing but tequila, but we'll have one of them tequilas. It's the dry gin. We're not having gin. Yeah, like gin comes in small bottles and not enough people. I always get left with it, and the only reason I ever wanted to drink gin was because of Snoop Dogg. But yeah, and we'll try to have water. But what I'm gonna tell you to do is you need to go get you one of them little them cups and fill it up with ice and just have at it. But we're gonna try to make sure this thing is cool. I'm gonna try to get some vendors out there. I know Pick TLH did our LSU tailgate in Orlando, and that was crazy. How all of that worked out. So we'd love to have those guys up there slanging gear. But again, you never know who's going to come through lot 19. So make sure y'all check it out. The tickets are live. Make sure you go buy them.
Make sure you guys go buy the tickets, like James just said. Had the link on the screen, but it is on his Twitter account as well. That's where you can find the link. So make sure to tap in, y'all, and enjoy the best tailgate that FSU has to offer. Speaking of LSU, there has been FSU, excuse me. There's been some major news regarding a quarterback. So let's get into the news. So, four-star quarterback Jaden O'Neal decommits from Oklahoma. He's 6'3", 215 pounds from Long Beach. Speaking of Snoop Dogg, has been committed or was committed to the Sooners since June 2024. Now, you may be wondering, what does that have to do with FSU? Well, here you go right here. He is predicted to come to the Seminoles by Steve Wiltfong with a 60% confidence level. So the Seminoles are predicted to get Jaden O'Neal at that quarterback position. So, James, not to reveal too much, what have your sources, what have the group chats been saying? Do you think that 60% is going to turn into 100% in these next couple days?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, this has been kind of in the works since we all found out about Jaden in April. So they were all talking about how Oklahoma is going to be looking for other people. Oklahoma has another quarterback that everybody's feeling strongly that they're going to get. He's uncommitted right now. And I think he finished fourth in the Elite 11 competition, or in some of the stuff. So I think this is a kid that's going to come to Florida State, and this would be. It's funny the rumors that get stated about Mike Norvell. You know, such with me, like because of things that happened with a couple quarterbacks in their recruitment, I'll say it went all the way back to the local kid. Why can't I think of his name? Trained with Denny. Denny had Anthony Richardson, Carson Beck, and the Gil man went to Sandalwood High School. It'll come to me later, but they were all committed at the same time. He committed to tag. Norvell came over, and yeah, Jeff Sims, and then it just didn't work out between Jeff Sims and Florida State. And it was funny because Jeff Sims beat us with Georgia Tech in 2020, his freshman year, and nothing happened of that. Like Jeff's career has been trash. Yeah, started off with had a spark when you started, now you just garbage. But he everybody was saying he doesn't like black quarterbacks. And I was telling him, like, guys, I know y'all he's a mixed breed, but y'all do realize our quarterback is black, right? Like, and people are like, he just doesn't recruit him. Well, now we got him. Then we had another kid commit, and then he decommitted, and we didn't have it. I don't think we brought in anybody that next year, but people want. See, this is why I believe this is why I'm okay with some white people when they're like racism doesn't exist. It does, but the problem comes in everything ain't racism, man. Like sometimes it just doesn't work the way. Like they just don't want a black man at quarterback. Most of the successful quarterbacks that 2/3 of our Heisman Trophy winners are black, and this sport is kind of need black people. People don't go full racist until they become Tommy Tuberville, and now you don't need colored kids, and you're pandering to your base. But like, nah, man. Most of these coaches, the only thing they see is green and wins. And again, it goes back to the most iconic person in civil rights history, Paul Bear Bryant. Paul Bear Bryant, when he saw that colored kids could help him win, he made sure he did everything in his power to make sure he can go bring some colored kids in, including getting his ass whooped by colored kids so he can convince the populace that you need to end your racism so that he can have a dream. Like that would have been fun. Like, let me do like they're revising all the history, and I just want to do a good revisionist Paul Bear Bryant. Because the only thing that hurts me is when Mr. October said, because his brother or somebody played for Alabama, and he was doing his minor league stint in Alabama, said, "You're a good Negro. We need to have all the Negros like you." And I'm like, oh, Paul. Oh, your kid, you're hurting me, man. But I think he was just using the words and he didn't know any better. I'm gonna go with that.
They're all Leo and Django.
Right, yeah. But like, shit. Kudos to this kid. We get a blue chip quarterback. Maybe we could get him to actually throw the ball. I like him though. Oh, let's do this. Everybody liked the who? Did you make the clip, Miles, or did Jaden make the clip with me talking about the little D tackle?
Whatever that dude, the new recruit.
Yeah, the Tico, whatever. People seem to like that. So let's watch this junior season, 10 games. How long is this highlight?
3 minutes. 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
I'm already liking Jaden. One, Jaden got 3 minutes and 3-minute highlight film. Not that 20-minute shit. So this means this might be lit. So let's see if we see some lit stuff. And not no offense to you, because the only Jaden we acknowledge is Jaden. Is our Jaden. It's about time for a new name, guys. Like parents, y'all wore this shit out, man.
I didn't grow up with any Jaden.
That's what I'm saying. Who was the first Jaden? Like, cause like, damn, boy, everybody named Jaden. All right. All right, get me back to the beginning of it. I ain't like the little hitch. To the back of his drop, climb the pocket, hit plenty of times. So I personally would have preferred him throw on the post, but okay. Back of the drop. Oh, he chunked that bitch now. He chunking that bitch. All right, back of the drop, chunking that bitch. All right. Okay. It's color kids that he's throwing against too. So boom, back. Oh, anticipation. Wow. He dealing that thing. Oh, throws wide ass booty butt open. All right. We know he has a live arm. Okay. Oh, we got sections and chapters in the highlight film. Never seen this before. Oh, all right. Up. Get off me. Get in the weight room. Okay. Oh, okay. He can extend the play. Oh shit. Who is that? Yeah. He threw to. I want him. Okay, his eyes are downfield. He's never just trying to run. Okay. Boom, boom. Move the pocket. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, spin it. All right, get in the end zone. Bad snap. Improvise. This boy gonna make me watch the whole damn film. I'm intrigued. Ooh, hit him with the hezzy. Oh, damn. Good anticipation there, man. And got enough, then got out of bounds. All right, he's not. Oh. Accuracy. Damn, I want to watch all the chapters of this movie now. Let's see what this is. Probably not the best one for accuracy. Okay, thread the needle. I just think they should call this more ballsy than accuracy. Now that's good. Back short, good communication. All right, yeah, these are the throws that I really want to see. All right. Because if you're just chunking a bunch of deep balls, you could just have cats like that at wide receiver. But that stuff like that is even better. Who is this kid? We need to do the 7-on-7 rules. When you find you a quarterback you like, ask if they want to bring their wide receiver. Like shit, that's what we need to do. Like to keep them. What y'all think? I like that. I'm okay with this. Like, I think we got too much quarterbacks trying to run and be like, we need a willing runner. But the goal of a quarterback is to throw the ball.
Yeah, he looked like a throw first. He kept his eyes.
Yeah, eyes downfield, not panicking. Like, I think it was 28-4, 28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I'm cool with that. Give me this guy. Let's roll. 4-star. Do me this favor. Let's go to 247 team. This should be like a class calculator on 247. The Primo put he's not a Castellanos or a JT, but I think if the running game is going, we don't necessarily need a running quarterback. All we need is a guy to make the backside defensive end honest. You have to use all 11 to defend. And if we have that, the offense works. The problem is that DJ decided that he didn't want to fucking run anymore. And he decided he wanted to be an old fucking man. And that kind of fucked up the offense. So if this kid has the ability to want to run, extend plays, JT did way more extending plays than just running like that. And you know, so I want to see what happens when we add Jaden O'Neal to our class. So that's the team rankings, but it should be a class calculator option in there somewhere as well. But pop that up now. Let's see, what is our class rank? Just so the people, because I know everybody, you know, recruiting stinks at Florida State, and these guys are ass, apparently. We're not number one, won't be that anytime soon because USC has the entire state of fucking California committed. All right, we're 22. Thought we were at 20, but all right, 22 is cool. We're still top 25. We are 14 commits. There are guys who have a shit ton of commits more than us in front of us, but we're right there with the Texas Longhorns who spend real bread. And we're in front of a lot of schools that have a lot more commits than us. Click on Florida State for me real quick, Jaden. So that brings us there. If you go to football, FB recruiting up at the top, on the top bar, yep, it should be class calculator in there somewhere. Let's click on that. All right, type in Jaden O'Neal. All right, and push calculate. All right, that brings us to 209.92. Now go back to the overall classes because it never works out. It always goes higher when you actually get to commit. I don't know why they do that shit, but go to 209. I mean, go 209.92 for us to remember. Go back to the actual 2417 ranking. So I guess that's like 2 backspaces for you. All right, what does 209 bring us to? 209.92 would bring us to the third. We would have the 14th ranked class. Right behind the university. Holy bullshit. Can't be. There's no way. Florida and Miami is dragging fucking Florida State. But you mean to tell me if we get a quarterback, we'll be right behind the guys who have 100 people working in the recruiting offices? Now, what that does tell me is if we had 100 people working in our recruiting offices, we'd be better at recruiting. But it also says that we aren't that far off with a lot of traction and trending. Florida State fans don't want to hear traction and trending with us, but we'll share traction and trending with other schools because you have been manipulated, you've been hoodwinked, you've been bamboozled, you've been run amok by the media that you guys consistently just watch and listen to. When a lot of this shit, you just chill and enjoy the process and adopt, my bad, I forgot, look at that, the MFTK philosophy. Fuck them kids, man. Like, just chill out. What's for us is for us. It's going to come through, man. But I like the kids' film. I was very intrigued by that. I appreciate you. That was a good idea. I wasn't going to watch the film, Jaden, but I appreciate you. That made my day. That was a good watch. Because I damn sure thought he was trash just by how he looked. which is wrong, by the way. You do not judge a book by its cover.
Shout out to Jaden O'Neal. Hopefully, we get that news that he is committed to the Seminoles very, very soon. And yeah, the film was great. Just wanted to clarify he is from Long Beach, but where he was playing high school at this past season was in Oklahoma. So that's where he was. That's where his tape was in Oklahoma. But it looked like he was playing with some cats, nonetheless. So that was good to see. Next, we're going to talk about the ACC since we're in this FSU talk. And James, College Football Kings have released a photo for the top 5 home field advantages in the ACC heading into this upcoming college football season. And I want to know your opinion on the list. We recently talked about the SEC and I believe the Big Ten. So now we're in our conference and let's get it on. So Death Valley took the number 1 spot. Doak made the top 5 in that number 2 spot. NC State, the Carter Finley Stadium, Louisville, LNN Stadium, and then the JMA Dome with Syracuse. I know one school on the list right now that came to my mind. That's not on here. I'm looking to see if you're going to name that school as well. But what do you think of these top 5 home field advantages in the ACC for this upcoming year?
I agree. I agree. I don't. Excuse me. I know it as the Carrier Dome, not the JMA Dome. That is not a tough place to play. I don't know why that's there. I'm trying to go through those top 4 aren't bad.
I feel like you got to say VT, man.
VT, that's what I'm looking for. Virginia Tech should be there. And I never played there. I will put them above. It's got to be. They got to be 3, right? Got to be 3. I'm trying to think who else in the ACC that I played that had a really tough road environment. I agree with Carter Finley Stadium is a tough place to play. It's not a Carter Finley and the Papa John Stadium. I won't call it that. I don't care what Papa John said about the N words, but that's what their mama called it. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like, but those 2 stadiums aren't huge, but the way they're built, they get rocking, man, and they get really, really loud. But Death Valley is the first. I saw a noise at Death Valley, like the video when they created my sophomore year was the first time we played in Death Valley. We should have won, but a lot of the jokes, that's what PK Sam says, that Bobby purposely lost that game to save Tommy Bowden's job. Because we were like the number 3 team in the nation. We win that game, we're going to the national championship. And Bobby loved his son so much that he was like, all right, I'm good. But we when they did the performance meter. Remember on the video game, like where you, like it was not performance, or like what was it, like your like you can get shook. I was shook. I had the question mark on mine in the beginning because like it was just so loud and everything was shaking like this and hazy. And it was at night. The sound just really goes really, really well. Like there. I actually false started, but they didn't call it. Like I literally jumped out of my stance and I just stayed still and I pretended like if I don't move, nobody will see me. And my coach was just like, you lucky bastard. You lucky they didn't throw that flag because your ass is going to have 5 stadiums. Louisville, I remember my freshman year, we played there in the overtime game in the pouring down rain. And it's why I don't like the song by Archie, We Ready. I hate that song. We came out to that football game. Like, it just takes me to a dark place. They played that after every fucking thing in that game. They make a tackle. We score a touchdown. Like, it was just crazy how that's so hype. How like they were high. I mean, and it was that's why I don't like today's fans. When I tell it, so that was a Thursday night football game. We played Louisville on. We flew out on Wednesday, right? Early Wednesday. When we landed there, I'm talking about not a tinkle, like a torrential downpour, heavy fucking rain from when we landed at 10 a.m. on that Wednesday to when we flew out 3 a.m. on that Friday morning. It did not stop raining. It was also like 40 fucking degrees. It was cold as shit. And but the stadium was packed and all the people were jumping up and down screaming, "We ready." And I'm like, fans now, if it's like we played Miami my sophomore year in a tsunami, pouring down rain, packed stadium. Nowadays, if it is like a sprinkle, I can't go to the game anymore, and then they'll talk about the game environment, the home field advantage is gone. Yeah, because you bitches and you soft. Like, don't talk about them building Champions Club. Don't talk about them building something else. Your asses don't come to the fucking games. Noon games used to be like a delicacy. Like, that's the problem. Why do you think they got big noon kickoff in the Big Ten? It's because noon games are something. But anyways, all this other shit, trash. Syracuse is not a good. We played in the Carrier Dome twice. That shit ain't scary. Ain't nothing spooky about the fucking Carrier Dome. And Miami fan might be upset, but your stadium is not crunk unless you're fucking winning.
Right. That's your whole fandom in all sports.
For most, yeah. But Florida State will get 2 or 3 games jumping, even if they're not any good.
No, I mean Miami fans.
Oh yeah, all my like the Heat. Yeah. Nobody liked the fucking Heat until they started winning. Yeah, until LeBron came. That's why I don't understand my guy Dibby.
The Panthers have to win back-to-back national championships before we start talking about them.
The Marlins. Yeah. Nobody likes the Marlins until they win. But Miami the stadium is dead when nothing's happening. Like, it's a boring experience. But now, the old Orange Bowl, yeah, that raggedy shit, that would be in the top. That would be top 3.
Yeah,
that shit was. I'm gonna say that experience. So the old Orange Bowl, besides looking like I'm shocked it didn't get knocked down with Hurricane Andrew, but we played there my freshman year, noon, packed, right? We have 3 buses. There's a gate for you to get in, and then between that gate and the gate to get into the stadium, it's full of Miami fans, and they're raucous. They are like we're making a turn, and there's a little kid that does this, and his dad's like, "Yeah, that's right, son. Good job. You show those Seminoles." I'm like, "Damn, this motherfucker crazy, dog." Like, got little Johnny. Little Johnny don't know me. I might be cool. So it's enough space to get the first 2 buses in. They aren't surrounded by people. That last bus is for freshmen and special teamers. We are not protected from the people. The bus driver parks, opens the door, and starts throwing our shit into the fucking crowd. Where the people at? Like our pads, all of this shit. And we're just like, and then my man Ken Wembley's like, "You ain't finna just let us out right here." And I'm with him. I'm like, "Yo, hey, he's from Kansas." And I'm like, "We ain't in Kansas anymore. Right, we just gotta go out here, and the bitch might have to throw hands for a second." But it was cool. It was a little nervous because they're telling you everything you is and what you ain't there. But like, I love playing in the Orange Bowl. But I'm with those. Death Valley is a tougher place to play than Doak at this juncture. Carter Finley Stadium is one of the better ones, and so is Papa John's Stadium with Louisville.
I've been doing a little backtrack research on the name Jaden, and unfortunately, I think if you had to guess where the popularity came from, where do you think?
Mixed kids. parents.
Yeah, well, most notably, there's a bunch of foreign football players, soccer players who had it, but in America, it first started, from what I can research, with Britney Spears' child, first named it Jaden, and then Jaden Smith, the most popular. In 2008, Jaden became the most popular boy's name.
Gotcha. That makes sense. The damn Smiths stay fucking up shit.
They're trendsetters.
Now that we talked about the ACC and my namesake, we're going to move on to some ACC.
Hold on real quick. Scroll up on them comments because somebody may ask something. And I just didn't get a chance to say something about it. Oh, Jade Simmons. Yeah, Sportmart. Jade Simmons, an FSU legacy DB, is on campus. Who is his father? Lawrence Timmons. The former linebacker. Crazy ass linebacker, too. Again, we could just recruit the damn legacies. It will be all right. Y'all should have been offered my guy E.T.'s son, and we should have been offered Timmons. But, hey, whatever, man. Do what you got to do.
Genetics.
I'm just saying, we know the dad was fucking batshit crazy. Like, again, another story that we'll get to the next thing. It was a play where they told, like, we have 3 levels of speed that we go in practice. We got full, which means you can bring guys to the ground. That's like a game, scrimmage type stuff. We have thud. Thud is basically where you go, you can't bring them to the ground, but you go and you get a good little pop, which means people got brought to the ground. And then there's whiz. Whiz is supposed to be you just run right by the guy, like, just so they know. So they know your presence there. But just for those who don't know, whiz is thud, thud is full, and full is anarchy. So just shit happened. We're in thud, and Lawrence Timmons, we make a big play in the passing game, and Lawrence Timmons comes in and he knocks out AJ Nicholson. I believe it was Chris Davis and himself. Everybody got a concussion on that play. And I used to be like, yo, this motherfucker hits like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just, as an older guy, I already knew what I needed to do. And I would see him going, I'd be like, hey, Joe Surratt was the backup fullback. Hey, Joe, you need to go get these reps. And LT, they used to tag the fuck out of Joe. I was like, yo, yeah, man. I told the kid, I told LT, you hit me like that, you better be ready. You better stay strapped, dog. Cause I'm gonna fuck you up. Because I gotta fuck you up for self-defense. Like, if you get to hitting like that, bro, the game is not necessarily that the game is easier. You might not have shit by the time the game comes around. But yeah, man.
Let's take a look at some ACC quarterback rankings for this upcoming season. So, claiming that number 1 spot is the Clemson QB. No surprise here. Cade Klubnik. Then you have Kevin Jennings from SMU, Haynes King, Carson Beck, Darian Mensah, Eli Holston, Gio Lopez, Miller Moss, CJ Bailey, Devin Brown, Chandler Morris, Kyron Drones, TC, Thomas Castellanos, Florida State's own, Ricky Collins, Dylan Lonergan, Robbie Ashford, and Stanford's Elijah Brown coming in at that number 17 spot. James, what do you think about the accuracy of this list, especially those top 5 quarterbacks?
I mean, I don't like Cade, but I've heard a lot of NFL guys talking about Cade Klubnik. I'm with SMU because of who the coach is. Haynes King is ass, man. Can we just simmer down now? Like, he ain't that. Carson, I'm only keeping Carson where he's at because Carson only has one elbow right now. Like, the other one is still healing, and yes, he's throwing pretty decent and things like this. But this just lets me know how bad the fucking ACC is. I also don't think TC is the 13th best quarterback. I think he's better than that. I think he's better than Menzies. Kyron Jones is Virginia Tech's quarterback last year. He should be ranked higher. Hold on, before I say this, let me go look his shit up because did he the only game I've watched of Virginia Tech, me being honest, was the Miami game like that. So let me all right, we got his stats up there. All right. Oh shit, did he get hurt? Oh shit, he was 10 for, does that say 10 for 6? Oh, never mind. He might be right where he need to be at then. Yeah. Then that's fun. But I think TC is a better than 13th ranked quarterback, though. They just hate short people, man. Yeah, I mean, but Carson can spin it. Carson's problem is he's going to make decisions that are like a little bit too gutsy sometimes. Carson? Nah, Carson like 6'3".
What?
Like he's over 200. Yeah, he's not tiny. I think TC is, I'd put TC where Louisville's quarterback is. And I'd be okay with that. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but he damn sure ain't that far down. So I just think, you know what? Fine. You know what? Nah, fuck it. It's just like how rankings go. I don't want to be ranked high or ranked. I want to earn that shit. So let's go, Midget Matt. We got this, dog.
Now we're going to transition to the NFL, the big leagues, right quick. And we have some retirement news to discuss. Now, this is coming from the Jets organization with linebacker C.J. Mosley. He was a 5-time All-Pro linebacker, and he announced his retirement according to CBS Sports. The former Ravens and Jets captain posted over 1,000 tackles in his 11 NFL seasons. He played at Bama and won the Butt Kiss Award, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and back-to-back national titles. And I know he was dealing with neck injuries, ongoing neck injuries, and that kind of led to his decision to retire. But one of the best linebackers this game has seen, 5-time All-Pro, so that's no easy feat to get. And man, had a great season, and just wishing everything good luck and hope you enjoy retirement, man. Hope you enjoy
1,000 tackles
retirement.
is a lot, man.
For
It's a lot of
sure.
tackles.
That is a lot of tackles. Pat McAfee showed him love on the show with AJ Hawk on there too. And AJ was talking about how he used to watch film with Mosley, break the game down, and just showing him love. And Mosley responded on Twitter, replied to the video, gave them an emoji saying that he saw it, but it was dope. And yeah, man, just hope you enjoy retirement. And he definitely put the work in the game for sure, for sure. So we have, I would say we got 3 OG Wildland segments for today, James. So the OGs are on the tear today, and the first one being Jim Harbaugh. So this segment is going to be called Stinky Stinky Jim. So, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh says that he never showers after games and goes home or on the team plane with his sweaty khakis. Harbaugh wears the exact same clothing every single day of the week, no matter what. James, do you think this is common for coaches to not shower after the games, or do you think this is out of pocket?
Bro, listen, man. Everybody thinks that Chinese, and maybe this is how it started. Maybe some Chinese people ate bats one day. and we got COVID, right? That ain't what spread it though. Every day I learn more about white people, some white people's nasty ass habits. Like Fran Brown said that he doesn't wash, but that was after a loss. That's like punishment. That makes him want to wash because it's to be with his wife. Jim Harbaugh just want to be stank, and I don't understand that. Like I don't want you around me. Like you might not sweat like that because he coaching, but like I still think you should go wash your ass. Coaches get their own little shower area, so like I know this. My legend didn't do that. My legend fucked my mind up one time because when we played Miami again, we played Miami in 02. That motherfucker came out the fucking coaches. I was to talk to somebody in a goddamn towel. And I was like, man, Cole Biden, man, if you don't take your ass back in there, put some damn clothes on, man. Like, yeah, it's like how I'm supposed to eat some jello after I seen some shit like that. Like, you know, Coach B is just it was wild. It was an episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Smithers looked like that. And it was just like that because he was old. You know, because y'all remember, yeah, Bobby was old when I was young. So like, you know, so I mean, it's just ugh. Like you have to say you got to get the Rick Ross. Ugh. Like, yeah, Jim a wild boy, man. Like he. I also don't believe anything coaches say. I think sometimes they just say random shit just to see what happens.
And with all the losses, you think he would shower to try to shave off,
wash that stank off, man.
Yeah, wash up a little bit. Maybe get a couple more dubs.
Like, if somebody can, I get being superstitious, but if somebody can explain the science behind it, like behind not washing your ass, does this make you better? Like, it ain't in Cali, so like they got some cross country. That's a lot of funk sitting in that plane.
You know what? This is just a little boy who got rich, like a stink little boy who don't like to take showers. Who got money. Like, I don't gotta take showers anymore because I'm rich.
Fair enough.
You're just a stink little boy at heart.
This is the same guy who was having slumber parties with little boys. During recruiting.
Geez. Man, if he wasn't rich, we would have him locked up. This guy is weird. Jerry Jones is another one. Should be locked up. These rich guys are weird. We need a new segment.
I'm ready for the white chick to get her bread and put Jerry Jones on Rico. It's gotta be more white people like than just Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, we got Tyler Perry getting got. We got Puffy. I know for a fact there's somebody. The buses. Some of these wild stuff, man, is here somewhere.
Yeah,
I want to see them go through TMZ and shit.
Just keep it undercover, like hidden, like they're so.
Nah, they're serious. Y'all didn't realize. Google Jim Harbaugh in like slumber. Like he literally,
I do not.
He literally at 12 midnight was the first you could go recruit people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed the night at the recruit's house, or he showed up at 12 so that he could be the first person to talk to this kid.
Did he get the recruit?
I don't even remember if he got the recruit, but he was in his pajamas. They took pictures and they posted it on social media like it was cool. And I would say, hey, coach, if you can't get my son at 7 a.m. at a normal fucking time, leave me be. And it was a kicker.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, read that for us real quick, Jay. You highlighted it.
I don't want to read it, and I'm just playing. As Rockford High Michigan kicker Quinn Norden tells it, the coach plans to arrive at Norden's house at 12:01 a.m. on Friday morning, the exact minute when it's illegal for him to contact Norden under recruiting rules. This won't be a quick pop-in visit, though. Harbaugh intends to sleep over at Norden's house. Quote, under the exact rules, he's going to be at my house at 12:01. He said that's when it's legal for him to be at my house, Norden told Scout.com. He said we can watch a movie, see how well we gel. Okay. And he said he would sleep over after that. I was in tears laughing when he said that. He said the next day, if my parents didn't want me to miss school, he would go to every class with me and go to lunch with me. I was laughing so hard. Norden also might have Harbaugh as a roommate for the night, whether he likes it or not. That sounds kind of Uh,
Whoa.
anyways, he told me if I had a 6'3" piece of carpet for him to sleep on, that would be enough. Norton said. I said we have guest rooms, and he said, "Tell you what, I'll just sleep on the floor in your room." They tried to lock MJ up for the same thing. I said,
Yeah.
"Coach, I have Penn State stuff all over my walls." He said, "Tell you what, I can help you take it down. Maybe the two can talk about the ideas for a Northern commitment themed music video if it's up to Harbaugh." And this was January 12th, 2016. That's when this article was published.
Bro, this
I mean,
people have been locked up for less.
that's what I'm saying. Y'all let rich people be too weird. We gotta start putting a flame to this.
He said the minute he's legal.
Yeah, right.
Like, man, I always this is nobody gives a fuck about boys. Nobody cares about boys. This is why boys go underreported, and you find out years later after they've blown up a school that their pastor touched them.
Right.
It's because nobody, like, just take this girls flag football is becoming a thing, right? Imagine if this was a recruitment for a girls flag football player. I'm going to be at your house the minute that it's legal. I'm going to have a slumber party with you, sis. I am, coach, I'll sleep on your floor in your room. We'll watch a movie
Right.
and see how we gel.
Right.
You Netflixing and chilling in 2016.
Exactly. That's what you do with a girl you haven't hit yet, but you're in that stage where
And
you're
for
like,
a kicker.
maybe. Oh, ugh. He has no pride.
Kickers aren't people. Again, that's what I mean, and we know he ain't wash.
Yeah, I didn't really know the backstory behind that, and I wish I didn't. So that was pretty nasty to read. And hey, man, them recruitment visits, man, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Job's not finished. Job's not finished. So, to cap off this NFL segment, we're going to discuss the last time each team had an all pro quarterback. So, this means the last time the team had an AP first or second team all pro quarterback. And, James, I want you to peep the home team, 904 Duval Jags, and see when's the last time they had an all pro quarterback. And can you guess which year that was?
All pro? Shit. Brunell's numbers weren't all pro. I'm gonna go Byron Leftwich. I don't know what year though. Byron got drafted on 2003. 05.
Well, you're wrong, because it's never.
Ah, Jesus. Why you gotta put it in red, man?
Yeah, I don't know why the
They
Texans
put
isn't in red.
they put the Texans in red.
Yeah, that is out of pocket. But the Jaguars and the Texans never had an all pro quarterback. And the Bears and Lions had an all pro quarterback back in the 50s. Giants, 60s, Jets, and the Steelers of the 70s. Browns, Chargers, Bengals in the 80s. And in the 90s, it was the Commanders, Dolphins, 49ers, and Vikings. Then some other teams throughout the 2000s, but the most recent teams being the Ravens and the Bills, as their quarterbacks were the all-pro quarterbacks, with that being Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, the winter soldier. So, James, any teams surprise you on this list with the last time they had an all-pro quarterback?
I mean, yeah, I'm 72 for the Jets. God damn. With all due respect, if you haven't had an all-pro quarterback since 1980, you ain't had an all-pro quarterback. I mean, I'll go since 1990. You ain't had an all-pro quarterback. Like, that's too long for us to be trying to make up shit. So that's wild.
That is wild. Yeah, some notable teams as well in the mix with this, and yeah, the Lions and the Bears and the Giants, 50s through 60s. Man, that's been a long time. But Jags and Texans, two AFC South teams who's never had an AP first or second team.
And they won't anytime soon.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Neither one of those guys are going to be better than Lamar or Josh, unless injury happens.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely won't count CJ out, but like you said, there's some dogs out there that he has to beat out. So you never know. But just wanted to share that with you all. And we're going to move on to our big games BS segment for today. Got a lot of stuff to discuss within this segment, so let's get it on. Starting off with some basketball news. So the Pacers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Man, this game had a 30-point lead at one point. The Pacers took the W 91-108 at home, and we're going to go through some notable stats and players. So let's start with the winning team. They were led by Obi Toppin in scoring. He scored 20 points, shot 50% from the field, 4 for 7 from 3, hit 4 out of 6 free throws, and he had 6 rebounds, 2 steals as well. Next, you had Pascal Siakam. He scored 16 points, picking up a double-double with 13 rebounds, and he had 3 assists and 1 block. Then you had Andrew Nembhard, 17 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 4 for 4 from the line. And he also had 4 assists and 3 steals as well. Tyrese Halliburton was battling that calf strain, but he played 23 minutes nonetheless. He had the highest plus-minus on the team with plus 25, scored 14 points, had 5 assists and 2 steals, went 5 for 12 from the field, 3 for 7 from the three-point line. TJ McConnell, TJ Nash had some timely buckets, had a plus-minus of 10, had 12 points, and shot 50% from the field while missing 2 free throws. The Thunder did not play so well. Chet Holmgren only had 4.6 rebounds. Jalen Williams, coming off that 40-point game from Game 5, only scored 16 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the league MVP, only had 21. And Lou Dort, the 3-and-D monster, only had 3 points, making 1 out of 5 3-pointers. Yikes. Alex Caruso had 0 points. He dropped the goose egg. Cason Wallace only had 2 points. Aaron Wiggins only had 5 points. This was a game of turnovers. The Thunder had 21 turnovers compared to the Pacers 10. That was a key factor. They got into foul trouble early in the game, so the Pacers shot a lot of free throws, I might add. And let's get into the team stats as well. The Thunder shot 26.7% from the three-point line compared to the Pacers 35.7%, although their field goal percentage was very similar. And the Pacers shot way worse than the Pacers from the Thunder from the line, shooting 68% compared to the Thunder's 80%. Now, the Thunder had less assists overall than the Pacers, not moving the ball as well. The Pacers had 16 steals compared to the Thunder's 4. But
sloppy.
Yes, very sloppy. And the Thunder committed 21 turnovers compared to the Pacers' 11, resulting in 19 points off their turnovers. The Pacers did what they did and boosted up the pace, especially with TJ McConnell and their fast break points. Pacers at 22 compared to the Thunder's 11. And the largest lead was held by the Pacers with 31 points. Many people were looking at Pascal Siakam's double-double with no surprise since people speculated he got some voodoo magic going on, some Cameroonian voodoo magic, because this was him in the tunnel before the game. And I don't know what this eye roll did, but it definitely gave them that juju to get a dub. James, did you see this picture of Pascal during the tunnel before they walked out for the game?
Man, that looked like he's possessed by something.
Yeah, it looks like something, but hey, if it works, it works. It helped. It did help. They got the 17-point dub right there. And let's take a look at all of the Game 7s of the NBA Finals so far. So it spans from 1951 to 2016, and these are the game sevens right here. So you can see from the 50s through the 60s, the Celtics had a span of game sevens, and the last game seven we had in the NBA Finals was that legendary 3-1 comeback from the Cavs on the Golden State Warriors. Brown was the only person to come back from 3-1. Still is legendary. But yeah. So James, the question is Pacers or Thunder? Who do you got winning the championship?
I'm going Thunder. They're playing back. They're going back to OKC.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with you. I second that. The Thunder, especially since they did not play good this game, and the shots they did miss, a lot of them were in and outs, stuff that could have went in. It wasn't like they were really off target, but sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. And I'm glad they got this game out of the way so they can do their thing back at home, because playing in OKC is no easy feat. Hopefully the superstars showed up, but during the pregame, ABC showcase of the game, you had a superstar seed pop up too. I didn't know that Stephen A. Smith had a daughter. Her name is Samantha. She made an appearance on the broadcast, and man, them jeans were jeans, and man, they're twins, man. They are definitely twins. If you guys didn't see it, here is a clip of her mimicking her dad, and it is a spitting image.
It's your boy Stevie A. Smith, live from Madison Square Garden, home of the Knicks. Tonight, we are playing the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. And let me tell y'all, the score is 50-10. 50-10. This is blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. This is a monstrosity. This is embarrassing. I grew up in the Bronx. What are they doing? Where's the defense? Where's the defense? This is a perfunctory, an anomaly. What are we doing here? Knicks, I don't even know what to say. Step it up. If you want to hear more from Stevie A. Smith, tune into my show, The Stevie A. Smith Show, only on ESPN, because I got a lot to say, as always.
Hold up 1 second. Go back to it real quick, because I didn't even realize it. Okay, ladies in the chat, I know some of y'all have 5 hits, but if you don't have it, because is she really because her hairline is back, almost like his. Oh, no, that's just her hairline. People say you look like your dad.
She's pretty.
Man, she look like Zaya.
She just got that nose.
Yeah, it's a no, but she if you would have told me that was D Wade, but she's too short to be D Wade's daughter.
She's not that bad. Come on.
I'm just saying that's actually a cute picture of her, right? That's a cute little still right there, because she's smiling. But when she first came up, I'm like, "Ooh, baby, you look just like your daddy." I don't think any girl really wants to ever hear, that you look like your daddy.
Yeah.
You're a handsome female. Nobody wants to hear that. But she looks, I think she's cute because she looks, and she had one, I'll say this. She has a good, her complexion looks amazing right now. That is beautiful. But man, when women wear lace fronts, can it go over? Or does it have to start where your hairline starts?
Things I'm learning about the hair situation.
Yeah, it's wild.
And makeup. You guys tell complete lies.
They're liars.
Complete lies.
But what the one thing I say is this: men get clowned for our hair. And we have to have tough conversations with each other. I've noticed that women do not have those tough conversations, because women, that forehead can start all the way in the back.
What the?
And they're gonna brush it and comb it and do whatever they need to do from back there. But if she got like a little, because she got good hair, long hair, but like if she could just get one and just start it like a few centimeters to the front, like it's gonna be all good right there.
She got money. She's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
That nose up
I mean,
a little bit.
Yeah, like money, boy, I tell you what, money's a motherfucker. Money can make anybody look better.
100%. I done seen it with my own eyes.
Like, think about Chris Rock. Pookie from New Jack City ain't getting nothing. Money aged him well.
Right.
But she looked just like her daddy. That's tough.
Our second OG Wildin' segment of the day.
He doesn't even look like he's happy for her to be there. Is that like an act? Or I just don't like Stephen A. Smith anymore. I could just be reading into it.
I think I think he appreciated her presence for sure. For sure.
Bert put it never stopped. Tyra Banks was fine. Like, there ain't nothing ugly. Tyra Banks can headbutt all of us, and that'd be foreplay. That's how fine she was in her during her run.
Shout out Higher Learning. But got some news to talk about with an OG Wildin' segment of today, our second one, and it's going to a lovely lady. Some people might call her lovely. Some people might call her a predator, but
definitely predator.
Definitely predator. It's about Drea Michelle and her 23-year-old baby daddy, Jalen Green. So she tricked him into going shopping with this quote-unquote magic trick right here. I wanted to share it with y'all, with the fans, with the people in here, just to get a good laugh in the mix for our second OG Wildin' segment of today.
Okay, so I can do magic. I want to show you a magic trick, but if I get the magic trick and it amazes you and I pull it off seamlessly, then we can go to Sephora.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want. I want to go to Sephora. I want to just go to Sephora and get whatever I want. Okay? Okay, so I have this glass of water. You see the glass of water? I'm going to cover it up. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to prove to you that I can drink this glass of water without touching the towel. What do you think about that?
You're going to drink the water without touching the towel?
Yes.
How you going to get to the
That's how she got him.
Magic. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Whoosh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Ah, la, 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 la. Let me teleport it. Okay. Okay. I drank the water. I did. I drank it.
Am I supposed to check or something?
I drank the water.
I don't know.
You gotta check to
I can
see.
check?
Yeah, you can check, sure.
She put too much water in there.
Yeah, for real.
I'd have been covered that bitch back up.
Wow.
You know what? This boy mama not in his life.
I don't like cute people.
But he's fucking handsome. That fucking bothers me.
Yeah, it's too.
Like, I'm mad as fuck
you're
right
just-
now.
Oh, you're too cute.
It's like Tom Jordan and them used to say they hated Rick Fox. And they said you can't have everything. He's handsome, he's light-skinned, he's got good hair, he plays in the NBA, and he's married to the Black Miss America. It's too much good going on in his life.
Right.
Give me a good old Sam Cassell, Nick Van Axel motherfucker. Like the only way they got women is because they can hoop. But Bert was right. All right. This is a safe space, free game. Like, all right, man. I know there's not enough young ladies. I got a young intern that's about to start. Hopefully, I'll be giving her some OG game, and she wants to be in sports. So I've told her the real deal. You know what was extremely attractive about that, and why I know she got him? Did you notice how feminine she was in that? Like, good femininity get us doing real dumb shit.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh my god!
Like,
So dumb.
it's just like,
It's so dumb. That whole thing was so dumb.
like I would have not like the me right now, not in that moment in her aura. I'm like, I'd have knocked that shit down. I'm tired now. I've been moved the fucking, like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Just go to Sephora. Bitch, I'm rich. Like, at first I was annoyed by the fact that she asked to go to Sephora. Brother, I make a lot of fucking money. Why are you asking me to go to Sephora when you could just go to fucking Sephora? Or order it. Who goes to the mall anymore? Why do you want to be seen? But her brain is not fully developed to that of what needs to be a 40-year-old, but it is more developed than what the fuck the 23-year-old is. And what she's doing is giving him something that is absent from his life, from the female groups in his dating pool that are his age. Femininity. Catering. Come here, baby. Let's go do this cutesy shit together. Like, them bitches just want to spend your money and drink Hennessy and fight and argue. Like, she's over here, like, she's realized, all right, all my fighting and arguing. And this is where they say women, like, I see him and I don't see him as competition. I see him as a young bull that I would like to not make the same mistakes that I make. So, like, even with Jaden, like, I'll tell Jay, hey, man, Jaden, you got a good one right here, man. You need to do whoop, whoop, whoop. You're not competition to me. But women will see that young girl and I'm trying to get, this is, so she won't go tell a young girl that's more right for his age, baby, you need to go, you need to cherish this man. You need to treat him like the prize, cook for him a little bit, do this. Nah, she gonna take all her years of fucking and wisdom and and manipulate this young man. And he don't know what to do. This man, I know it's good. She breaking him off. And it's breaking them off, going and getting the towel, because a lot of y'all don't do this no more. You go get the towel. Don't use cold water. You go get you get the warm water, wiping them down, and telling him, like, edifying, because you know why? Because she got a son his age. She basically raising her son and getting dick at the same time and getting paid. And instead of teaching a young lady that's more prime for this, she is manipulating this boy, and you can see he don't know what the fuck going on.
He's just living a good life.
Nah, it's well past living a good life, man. He nutted in her. He has a baby. Like, he has not learned one thing. I'm gonna tell my sons, man. Hey, sons. Like, I had to tell my running back this the other day. Why are you so locked down to this one? You haven't even experienced good pussy yet. Like, best pussy is you got years. Like, now, granted, this young man experienced some good. And what happens when you experience good, you don't know how to get out of it. You got to know how to backpedal out of the trap. And he ain't figured it out yet. And he got the bread. And Lord, this is why, again, he's too pretty to have to make the real decisions. Who's the young bull that everybody wants us to hate now that we should all be applauding if it's true? Anthony Edwards, that's the one, right? Like, Anthony Edwards, all his life he had to fight. He don't look the same, but he shot that girl club up and said, "Hey, nah, bitch, this ain't I ain't no meal plan. I am not a stimulus package. Here, take all of that. If the kid want to find me at 18 to find out what really happened, have her holler at me." We bash him, even though he's taking care of responsibility. But I see this, I tell my son, nah, dog. But she got him, though, and I can see how she got him. Oh, wow. And that's the same. Oh, Jesus. Oh man, this is why you gotta go. They gotta go get men who weren't alive during their whole phase. This is the same. This is the can't Google your girl. I don't ever want to Google my old lady and see that dudes are reminiscing about the times that they did.
An awful thing to do.
But this is Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what Gil does.
Like,
Gil is Gil had a teammate try to kill him. Like Gil is going, whatever the line is, Gil is going to cross it.
So Gil ruined that man's life.
I'm just saying, Gil is a habitual line stepper.
God, he's got some karma coming. He's done so. Actually, maybe not. He's just gotten more and more popular and famous.
It's because at least there's a mellow side to him. But like him and Nick Young are like, they're crazy. They're wild.
He looks like he'd get pieced up. He should be. Well, actually, he's not worried about that other curly hair. I guess he can go hard. But damn, can we leave the wives out of it sometimes? Maybe.
No, not Drea. She didn't leave herself out. She was you can't be a professional hoe and then get mad that your professional whoreness is put on display on the Summer Jam screen.
Fair enough.
It's marketing. It's like you got a good resume. Like Superhead doesn't have a leg to stand on. Your nickname was Superhead.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that being out there. Don't suck dicks on camera.
Yeah.
Or listen. The one thing she can say is at least the dick she sucked was a millionaire's dick. It's a lot of women out here sucking food stamp dicks. That being said, if you somebody's gonna find out and not get something like. Never mind. Women don't give a fuck about nobody except for their own. My body, my choice. Fuck your son having to go through the bullshit of life, knowing that they mom got 13-inch penises slapped across the cheek in Dolby Digital, like in Technicolor. Wait.
Life. This life is a simulation. This can't be real.
So Fat Joe has been sued for $20 million by former hype man in explosive complaint. Alleges rapper engaged in sex acts with minors and coerced them into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing. So his former hype man Terrence T.A. Dixon filed an explosive lawsuit in federal court against the rapper on Thursday. Dixon is alleging that his former boss, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, engaged in, quote, coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion, unquote. So, moving down. For 16 years, Dixon served as Fat Joe's so-called hype man. Excuse me. Dixon is represented by Tyrone Blackburn, who is also the lead counsel in a high-profile case against Sean Diddy Combs. In February 2024, Blackburn filed a lawsuit on behalf of Diddy accuser Lil Rodney, alleging sexual assault, sexual harassment, and failure to pay his underling. Moving on, Dixon states that in the complaint that Fat Joe forced him into, quote, into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under duress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance, unquote. So, most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon, quote, personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who are 15 and 16 years old, and lists 3 such as Jane Doe's, including a 6-year-old that's funny. A 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York who, quote, in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, would perform oral sex and other sexual acts, unquote, on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relations with Minor Doe 2 when she was 15 years old after a contract overseas. The defendant flew Minor Doe 2 to New York City and Miami on multiple occasions due to Minor Doe 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed. Defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift, aka BBL. Minor Doe 2 eventually left defendant and is now married to a professional athlete, the complaint says. Minor Doe 3 is a Latina female who, quote, met the defendant when she was 15 years old, turning 16. Quote, defendant was in love with minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all minor 3 Doe's bills and even took her overseas to his tour stops. He brought her to Florida and would put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife. In a recorded conversation, minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for defendant, who is in his late 30s at the time, to be fawning over children.
All right, a couple things. I don't like these guys. I don't like Gene Deal. I don't like Jaguar Wright, and I don't like this Dixon guy, because while you're spitting this out here like that, you're leaving a critical factor out, that you participated in this shit, and you're not turning this into the authorities. You are trying to get paid off of this. Like, either having sex with young girls is bad, and we need Fat Joe in jail. I think we need that more than we need you getting paid, or that girl should get paid if this is what really, really happened, especially forcing her to do something to her body that she's not even ready for. Like, she ain't even got a grown woman weight yet. I know that BBL, that BBL gonna be crazy to get out once she really starts doing her thing. That being said, Fat Joe too. Fat Joe, see, TK Kirkland is like telling the stories and stuff of like the 80s and the 90s of hip hop. But the stories are believable and everybody's corroborating them.
Right.
Fat Joe is saying shit like, and you would think Fat Joe was the most integral part of the hip hop community in the 90s. Big Pun was hot, and Fat Joe was a part of them. And Fat Joe did have some fire coming out in the early 2000s, and then reemerged again in like the 2010s and shit. But like, Fat Joe was never like a top, like, wasn't never like that. But there are stories though that have been corroborated, like Fat Joe and them beating up DJs, and like the Mike Tyson one was funny. When Mike Tyson, the guy was trying to fight Mike Tyson joined the fight with them. Yeah. But like, they would put DJs in trunks that wouldn't play their music, and like basically kidnapped and all this other stuff. But like, bruh, like but I'll say this too. One of the most, like, there's things that are in songs and movies that people just gloss over, right? Like, there's a Rick James. You know, Rick James got a really popular song, "She's Only 17," like singing about being with a 17-year-old. And they're like, and the guy was making the joke like, Rick, you might want to change the age, and he's doubling down on 17. BBD, Boston's on backstage, underage, adolescence, just so we can make sure if there was any confusion with him being underage, adolescents, they made sure we knew. And they were talking about they like to do the wild thing and shit like that. You got that. Belly, one of my favorite movies. Does anybody remember why Keisha got mad at DMX and Belly? She found out that he was cheating. She called the girl and she said, we don't be having sex. She was twirling her hair. We don't be having sex. He said, I'm too young to have sex. I just be sucking his dick. Clearly, DMX was in the movie and it was an okay thing. But if we being honest with ourselves, like, it wasn't okay.
At all.
But what I'm saying is, if we're being honest with ourselves in the hood, all these women right now who like to say that they got molested, right? You didn't. You chose the old dude over us. We used to watch the old dope boys pick you up in the cars, and you saying, well, we were too immature and you needed to be with an older dude because the older dudes are more mature. Meanwhile, your ass getting turned the fuck out.
That's like coerced is different than forced. And when they use them both in the article, it muddies things.
Right. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like Foxy, I'm gonna use my favorite rapper. Apparently, Jay was fucking Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was rapping at 16. Even some song, Monica was 16, singing one of my favorite songs with Tretch by her off of the Nutty Professor soundtrack. Talking about she needed a thug, and that's why she loved him, baby. And he talking about she hiding the bricks. Bitch, you 16 years old, you gonna get your mama and your daddy in trouble. R. Kelly, we don't know who he was singing to. Aaliyah, that's right, Aaliyah. He married. Aaliyah's parents allowed that to happen.
Right.
All I'm saying is, Fat Joe nasty as fuck, and if that's truly what happened. But not only that, if Fat Joe goes down, all them kids' parents need to go down. Because why the fuck is your daughter traveling all around the world with a grown man and you allowing it? Because you got to get passports, you got to have other shit like that needs parental involvement.
And the hype, it's 2025.
Like, bro, you need to be held accountable, man.
You were there for all of this,
witnessing it. And you said you protect, like, yeah, nah, man. But 4,000 sexual acts over 16 years. Do you know how many? That's a one sex act a day. I know that doesn't sound a lot when you really think about it, but that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking. That's fucking once a day, 365 days a year for 16 years. That's a lot of fucking, man. When and touring, man. All right, unless he's doing the Diddy stuff and he's sharing.
To cap off our show for today, we have one more thing to discuss. Oh, I'm sorry.
Top blind act? Oh, my bad.
So, Billboard just dropped their list of the top 10 best R&B artists of all time, and Stevie Wonder took that crown, came in first place. So, I'll read you the names. Got first, Stevie Wonder. Number 2, Aretha. 3, MJ. 4, Beyonce. 5, Whitney Houston. 6, James Brown. 7, Prince. 8, Mariah Carey. 9, R. Kelly. And 10, Marvin Gaye. James, what do you think of this list right
This list is bullshit. I like Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder got some songs that make you question. Again, I know he can see. It's one of my favorite songs is Lately, and he even goes in that bitch and says, "Lately, I've been staring at the mirror, very slowly picking me apart." What you picking apart, Steve? And what are you staring at, Stevie?
Come on. I never even think about that.
The way he's saying about that ribbon in the sky, let me know he's not talking about the little squiggly thing in your eyes that you see sometimes. Isn't She Lovely? Like, a lot of his most famous songs have to deal with him singing.
That's the beauty of it, right? Because supposedly he's imagining all this. So,
but he has nothing to. He's been blind his whole life.
I mean,
he has nothing to compare it to. Like, Ray Charles wasn't born blind.
Right.
He could see at one point. So he could go back. He knows what the color red actually looks like.
Right.
So Stevie doesn't know what the fuck red looks like.
Imagine in his head what he's
black.
Picturing red is, or what he pictures a dog to be.
Like, black, darkness. Like,
it could look like a peppermint.
That motherfucker can see. I love Aretha Franklin, but I don't love them to be top 1 and 2. Now, Mike Jack, go ahead and bump Mike Jack up to 1. Beyonce is not one of the top R&B. She's one of the top entertainers of all time, so that's a big difference. R. Kelly is top 2. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about what R. Kelly did to people. R. Kelly got a catalog that could go on for days. Marvin Gaye is the most sensual. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna tell you, Teddy Pendergrass not in that list. It's a bullshit. Teddy Pendergrass and Marvin Gaye were probably two of the most. This is going to be a pause before. Two of the sexiest men in R&B during their time. They were sex symbols and icons. What Usher is doing right now with Sherry's, Teddy Pendergrass was doing in the 80s. Now, Teddy's problem is Teddy not only turned on women, he turned on transmissions too. Because that's what got him when he got paralyzed. He was in the car with a tranny. But the motherfucker could sing. But I'm going, and if we're adding a new artist into this equation, Usher should be in there. But Chris Brown should be in there.
I get it.
But Chris Brown's song, Versus is what really made me think about a lot of these things. If you did a versus hit for hit with Michael Jackson with any of these motherfuckers, they're getting boat raced. R. Kelly is a hard number 2. Marvin Gaye is up there, but most of y'all don't even know the real good Marvin Gaye bangers. Like everybody, like when I hear people, my mom and them used to say that shit, I'm like, y'all didn't listen to the lyrics. I had to get on my son the other day about not listening to fucking lyrics and posting shit. Marvin Gaye is the only person in the history of music to harmonize eating pussy. If you don't believe me, go listen to the song Soon I'll Be Loving You. And he's singing about eating his wife's pussy because his wife was named Janice. Now, what was fucked up is that Janice went and fucked Marvin Gaye's rival. That wasn't cool. Oh, Luther, too. My bad. I forgot all about Luther. Yeah, man, this list is bullshit. But again, what's it, Marvin? Marvin had a song, If I Should Die Tonight was hard. And then it was the one about his wife. He was fed up with Janice. And they said, you are my wife, my life, my hopes and dreams. For you to understand what this means, I shall explain. I stood all the jealousy, all the bitching too. I forget it all once in bed with you. How can we go on like that? He basically cussing her out for a whole song and it sounds beautiful. And then he tells her it's too late for us, bitch. We're gonna be flee. We didn't say bitch, but if he would have added it in there, it would have been cold. Prince, again, more of a, I don't know if that's R&B, but if you want to consider that, Prince is a fucking hell of an entertainer. James Brown is not going song for song with anybody on this list, but if you wanted to talk about energetic performances, he got it. Right. But he got pop and R&B. That motherfucker, the Lady in My Life, and even with some of the stuff what he did with the Jackson 5, I didn't even know he was the one who did that. I thought Genuine made that up, but Mama told me one day it was gonna happen, but she never told me when. She told me it would happen when I wasn't told her. Wish it would have happened then. And Mariah Carey got one of the best. Well, now it's gone, but Mariah Carey got one of the best voices in the game. Yeah, especially her falsetto, like it's so high, it doesn't even make, nobody can replicate that. I'll say Whitney Houston would be higher on this list too, because Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey got voices that if you try to sing their songs will never be covered because you can't do that shit. Like they're gonna fucking get mad at you if you do that shit. Like Whitney, actually the only person I've ever heard sing a Whitney Houston song and it was like on point was my auntie Les. But them some singing ass Negroes. Matter of fact, I told her the other day, she over here telling me what God got for me and said, when God had for you was an R&B career and your ass never did it. Like, I'm talking about she's bad. But like
Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You.
She covered Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You. And you didn't know so good that you didn't even know fucking Dolly Parton made that song. Exactly. That's what Luther is. Luther's so good. His whole career was covers. And you thought it was his. He sang Superstar and didn't change the words to fit a man. He sang it word for word like the woman sang it. And he's singing to a man, and that song's still fire. Killing Me Softly. Shit, man. Shit. Dog.
Yeah, I don't know if I would count. I don't consider James Brown an R&B artist. He's definitely like soul. So I feel like that's a different.
Yeah, like that's what
that's a different era.
Yeah, I'm not even hating on him. I just don't like right now when you're okay. I'm gonna tell you what R&B is, and I know this didn't happen. It's Sunday morning or Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. And you hear the vacuum cut on. Who's playing while your mom is vacuuming and cleaning the house? James Brown is not who the fuck she's playing at that point. Depending on where she's at, Prince might be in there, but I doubt it. She definitely playing Luther. Anita Baker's getting played a little bit, but I'm not putting Anita Baker in no top 10 list. My mom didn't play Stevie, but I know Stevie. Stevie got some bangers, but it's just not to be number one. Gladys Knight. We ain't really. I mean, again. Another way you could tell this is why Beyonce deserves to be on this list. You know, another way you could tell that they are really good if they top 10 worthy, right? Do they have a Christmas album that bangs? Because ain't no new Christmas songs coming out. But that was a group. So, but they didn't have nobody sing. So Beyonce, we could call Destiny's Child a group, but is it really? It's just a Beyonce solo album where she wanted to pay her friends. Like, but that Destiny Child Christmas, Carol of Bells, one of my favorite versions of Carol of Bells. Jackson 5 Christmas album, grew up with that shit. I really thought it felt like Joe Jackson was I was scared for Michael and them mama. Because Joe Jackson was really gonna beat her the way they sang Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Mariah Carey matches the gross domestic product of all but 20 countries in the world every Christmas because she basically made Christmas. She's the female Frank Sinatra when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
And R. Kelly wrote everybody's fucking wrote all this music for people. To ban R. Kelly means you have to ban your favorite gospel artist because he wrote all that shit for them. But nah, it's a thinking list. It's some names in there, but nah, like some of them names don't deserve it. They're not R&B. It's like me saying Beyonce is a top 10 country music artist because Cowboy Carter sold. But after an 8 ball, James Brown got top 10 interviews ever given by an artist. James Brown. Yeah. They say, yeah, I look good. I smell good. And I make love good. It's just the way he used to talk, man. But nah. But that's a solid list. I'm about to go listen to some of these people today. Marvin Gaye is stuck in my head. Now, Marvin Gaye, again, who has the best? Do they have a national anthem that's a bar? Whitney Houston got one up there that's real good. Marvin Gaye made the national anthem sound sexy. Like you wanted to have sex after that. Man.
I'm looking at singers with the widest range in their top 5.
Ariana Grande is probably on that list.
A lot of people maybe I haven't heard of, like Georgia Brown, Tim Storms, Adam Lopez.
I only know the George Lopez.
Some jazz people.
But nah, this is good stuff, man. Like, that's fun. Music is so fun when you hear, like, you're able to have arguments like this. Because there's somebody who will listen to this and be like, you're wrong about Stevie. And I'd be like, okay, dog. Now, I will say this. He shouldn't have got number one. He should be if they're going to make up number one, still put somebody else's picture on there. Because
what is your thing with this man?
He's not that blind. He can feel when you lose one sense, your other senses are supposed to get enhanced.
Exactly.
I saw a blind girl ride a bike on Twitter yesterday. I know when his forehead sweats sometimes. And I know he reaches up there And I know he feels perspiration on his forehead in the middle of it. There is no way he is going to somebody and paying $100+ to get that shit retwisted consistently. That's taking advantage. There's no way. Like, and they getting it cleaned up and edged. There's a barber out here taking advantage of a blind dude.
But again, in his imagination, he got the best.
He got like his imagination. That's what dreads look like. No, he ain't that blind. He know dreads don't look like that.
He just trying to slide.
And I seen him personally call out Eddie Murphy in a crowd, point to him, tell him to come up here. If Eddie was trying to stand by the piano, he grabbed him, set him down on the piano with him. Like, it's too much. I've seen a microphone. I've seen a microphone drop right in front of him and he pick it up. Like, there's no way you're that blind. You can't be blind and do some of this shit. They say Stevie Wonder's been in fights in the studio.
James is gonna meet Stevie Wonder and throw a rubber ball at him.
Yep, I am. He's gonna and he's gonna point at me. I mean, you know how scary it's got to be to see a blind man get in a fight?
That's a lose-lose.
But that's it for today's show, Friday's episode of Big Games BS. Any last words to say to the fans, James? You got a lot of people coming here towards the end of the show. Any last words?
Nah, man. 395 folks on the Twitter. I appreciate that shit, but that's egregious. Need y'all to come to the YouTube. Let's come to the YouTube channel. Click the like and subscribe button. Populate this. And so that we can get some of the different things that are going again. Make sure you guys stay tuned. The football season, the Wednesday before every home game, we give away a pair of tickets to FSU games. So if you're always wondering how can you get to the game, well, come and be a live listener to Big Games BS. You got the book bag drive. Go to mftkfoundation.com. Make sure you guys check out for the what is it? I was about to say check out. The tailgate. Check out the tweets for that. Make sure you go purchase that. Tickets are $65 all the way through August. Then the price will increase to $75. Day of, it'll be $85 if you get there on time. Outside of that, just know this: aliens stay out of the ocean because that's where the aliens are. Stevie Wonder can see, and I appreciate you all for chopping up with me. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.